How much extra money could you make if every listing turned into 3 or 4 transactions? Let's start by seeing how much you're already losing by not turning every listing into multiple transactions. It's happening right now with the listings that you're doing and with the last set of listings that you've had. So let's calculate what we call your listing multiplier index. And first, we need to make a list of your last 10 listings, if you can recall, the last 10 listings that you took. And we're going to give you 1 point for each of these 5 opportunities you have with each listing that you take. So first point is that the listing got sold. Now, if it came off the market, expired or withdrew, or for whatever reason it didn't complete, you still have to count that, but that counts as 0 points. Number 2 is you found the buyer for the house. Number 3, you found a buyer who bought another house. Maybe they didn't buy that one, but you worked with them and they were able to buy another house. 4, you got another listing in the neighborhood because you met them as a result of you being the listing agent on that one. Maybe it was a neighbor, maybe it was somebody who wanted to buy that house but needed to sell their house in order to do it. And number 5, you got a referral from the seller. So that's 5 possible points for each of your last 10 listings for a total of 50. So how many did you get? And when I share that with a group for the first time, most people land somewhere between 8 and 15 points. The most common would probably be 12 points. So now we take that 12 points and we divide it by 10 to get what we call your listing multiplier index. Just like your golf handicap. It tells you what's going on what you're most likely going to shoot the next time you play golf. Well, this is the same thing. So 12 points would mean that your listing multiplier index is 1.2. And that means that your current system is likely to produce 1.2 transactions for every listing that you take, even on your next listing. So if we turn that into money now and say that on average, one side of a transaction is worth $10,000, that means you made $120,000 on those last 10 listings, but you lost $380,000 because you didn't get the other 38 transactions. You could have had them if you had a systematic way to do it. Now, you're not alone, of course. Almost nobody is really focused on this. In fact, many great agents pride themselves on pricing it right, getting other agents excited about the new listing, and getting it sold quickly. I often hear people say, well, our market's hot, I price it right. I don't have to do just listed cards. I don't have to do any of these other things. But what would it be worth if we could raise your listing multiplier index to 2.2 or 3.5, like many of our go-go agent community? Well, the difference between 1.2 and 2.2 is $100,000 over your next 10 listings. If we could just raise it to 1.5 from 1.2, that'd be an extra $30,000. On the next 10 listings, you're going to take those listings anyway. You're going to get a result. Whatever happens is going to happen anyway. So you may as well set up some momentum to focus on seeing if we can recapture a lot of that money. It's worth taking it really seriously. It's one of the very few competition-proof opportunities that you have because you are the listing agent. Nobody else has that opportunity. Here's how you do it. So let's start with one of your listings. Let's say your next listing, and we'll do some simple things to help get more opportunities. So we start with a tool that we call the Instant Open House. It's a combination of a custom landing page for one listing and a downloadable property photo tour. And these are the core of everything that we're doing here. So we register the property address as a domain name. So if your listing is 22 Greystone, we'll do 22greystone.com or .info. It doesn't matter. Either one will get you the right in the right direction. So it's easy to spread the word that way. We can tell people, just go to 22greystone.com. And when people come to the instant open house, we mirror exactly what would happen at a real open house. So they arrive at the house, and what they see is a big picture of the front of the house. So we welcome them, we let them know they're in the right place, and invite them to come in. It's just like we would in a real open house. So they check in at the guest register, and they can download a picture tour of the property, showing off all the very best features, just like they'd be able to do if they walked in and walked around the house on their own, with a little bit of guidance. Now, the basic property information that we give them is to invite them then to join us for a live tour. It's a simple, elegant, professional, and super easy thing to produce. And remember, the job of work that we're hiring these to do is not to convince people to buy the house. It's to get them to connect with you so you can show them the house, so you can answer all their questions about the house. You can be the source of all of the information. We're not trying to replace you or give them every piece of information about a house. We're doing it in a way that's going to connect you with the people who are most interested in it. And the best part is, whenever someone leaves their contact information, we automatically set them up in our lead conversion system, so we can reach out by email or text to invite them to come see the house. And we can tag their contact record with the details of what they responded to, so we can send them information about homes like the one they just showed us they like. And we can watch which ones they like by seeing which links they click on when we send them future homes. So how do we get people to the instant open house? Well, the first and the easiest way to do it is to post on social media. And we can get the sellers to post on social media. This is a very easy way for the sellers to spread the word about the property, and we'll tell you all about that. But there's an easy way to get them out on social media, direct people to the 22greystone.com or to the your domain name. We can send an email to everyone that's already in your list who you know are looking for the same type of house, or the same price range, or the same neighborhood, because we'll be able to keep a record of everybody, all the buyers that are in your system that are looking for specific things. So those three things are the easiest things, and all that can be done in minutes, right? Now, we want to start finding as many buyers as we can that are not already in your system as well. So one of the most underrated high-value tools we can use is an info box flyer. And this is really one of our secret weapons for low-cost, super targeted leads. You know, when you think about it, for just the cost of a few sheets of paper, think what has to happen for somebody to show up in your inbox, right? They were driving in the neighborhood, they saw your sign, they liked the house, they stopped the car, they got your info box flyer, or they scanned your QR code, they went to the instant open house, they signed the guest book with their contact information to come inside. So how much would it cost for that if it were a Zillow lead? Because that's exactly what they'll be if you don't give them a direct and a simple path to get the information from you. Does it work? Of course it works. You know, we get hundreds of leads with Infobox flyers. I've been working on the Infobox formula for many years to get this completely dialed in, and it's easy to see for yourself that you could test it today. You know, this is one of those things that you could do any of these strategies literally and start getting leads. Now, the idea is to get as many people as you can to go to the instant open house, and we're going to use a lot of different strategies to do it. But another of the favorite tools that we use is just listed postcards to the neighborhood. Now, not just to find buyers, but to establish contact with future sellers who are often watching what you're doing. This just listed card that we use and what we put on the back of the card gets 3 to 5 times more response than traditional just listed cards. And you can run targeted Facebook ads and Instagram ads. Even Craigslist ads are a stealth way to get leads. Surprisingly, we've got a great field report for a $3 million house on Camelback Mountain in Paradise Valley that we did. We set up our instant open house and our info box flyers, and we sent this giant postcard to 1,800 homes in the valley that look up to the house at the top of Camelback. We got over 80 leads at the instant open house. And on the Wednesday before the Super Bowl, we sent an email to them that simply said, "Hi, Dean, I'm going to be meeting some people to see the house this weekend. Would you like to join us?" We got 28 people to come see the house on the Saturday before the Super Bowl. So here's how I can help you raise your listing multiplier index. I've got all the tools and the strategies that you need, and we can do it starting right now with one of your current listings or your very next listing. Or even if you don't have one of your own listings, you could maybe find somebody who you can partner with to do the things that they're not doing anyway. If I were a brand new agent, this would be an amazing strategy that I would use. But here's what we got. You get the instant open house landing pages. So you could build one of these for every one of your listings. Very simple to do. We've got the whole template. You just upload the picture, edit the page. It's hosted for you for free, and you can direct people right to it. We get the photo property tour format. We've got all of that designed that you can insert your pictures into. We've got all the design templates for you to make the beautiful photo tour formats. We've got the info box flyer we've already designed for you to customize with all of your listing info. We've got a unique voicemail hotline number for both your voice leads and texting so that you get more leads. We can direct people to call and listen to a recorded message or to text their info, text their email address to get more info, and that number is included in your GoGo Agent account. We've got a lead conversion system to follow up with emails and autoresponders, so you can be collecting and building a list of prospects for all the neighborhoods that you've got listings, all of the types of homes that you've got listings, and you can email broadcast out to people and select just the specific people that we want to invite. We've got the just sold and the just listed cards that you can mail around them. Plus, we've been doing this. We've got field reports on how people are using these tools to multiply their listings all over the country. And I'm just scratching the surface on all of the things that you have there. So come check us out at gogoagent.com. Just click on the free trial button and you get started with a free 30-day trial. There's no credit card required, no obligation. I want you to try it out and let's see if we can get you some results by the end of the day. I mean, if we can raise your listing multiplier index by just 1/10 of a point over your next 10 listings, that's an extra $10,000 for you. But I know you can do much more than that. I just want to illustrate, boy, this is such low-hanging fruit for you. And there's so much more to tell you about. We've got all the tools and the systems to help you. We can help you get listings without making any cold calls or outbound phone calls. We can help you multiply every listing that you take. We can help you get referrals from the people who already know you, like you, and trust you. We can help you with converting your leads. all the leads that you've already generated. We've got a system to help you convert more of them into now buyers and sellers. We've got a way to help you find all the buyers that you need, all with a lifestyle approach to daily joy, abundant time, and financial peace. So you found us. So let's get started, and I'll meet you over at gogoagent.com right now.